Take it back.
Out here with Elite, we in Brooklyn right now.
This is my studio. So
yeah, shit get done. What's been made over here? What have you heard that came out of these speakers?
Crooked Smile.
Wow.
Definitely started here, and a lot of the work for it was done here. All the stuff that we worked on for Born Center had some Runaway. I did a lot of stuff from Runaway on here. All my stuff, Level Up, everything.
If I could read your mind, maybe things would get better.
Well, I started producing for Ruff Ryders back in the early 2000s. Started working with J. Cole. Been working with him since the beginning, since we were young. In the warm-up, I did the joint Who Dat. We co-produced that, Crooked Smile. A bunch of joints on Born Center, and I got my own mixtape called Level Up. It just came out.
So, I did a little bit of research on it, and I saw like, when it really got started, first of all, you had to come from a musical family.
Artist, yeah. My dad was a visual artist, yeah.
Where did you do that at? What was he?
Well, he started out as a painter, and he had a couple pieces in like the Met and stuff. He was pretty successful. Yeah, he was successful, but then once he had me, he went into like academics and started like
so much stable. Y'all were like probably coming up with amazing songs and.
That's a good point, because we did party. When I went, by the way, in case you don't know, I went to New Purchase. I attended school also for music, and you learn techniques and stuff, of course, but it's nothing you can't learn on YouTube. You know what I mean? So it's like what you really go for is to be in the environment of being around creative people.
That's what I'm saying about the 80s right now. I play this on the baby keyboard. You sent me when I was in Minnesota, and I played this on like the floor with the tiny keyboard.
Draw comic books, and I used to have little bands and just do stuff like that when I was little, and it was just an influence, just being around creative things all the time. And one of the first beats that I made was a beat for Drag On, and ended up making it onto the Cradle to the Grave soundtrack. That kind of switched my mindset at the time, because I was like, okay, well, I'm doing this artist thing, I love that, but this is like working fast, so like I kind of kept that.
You started making beats in the middle of you being shopped out as an MC.
Basically, yeah.
So with the Ruff Ryders, you worked on Catch with DMS even up to 06, I think.
Yeah.
Who else were you able to?
Jada Kids. I did shootouts for Jada Kids.
Exactly.
Wiring mix. Yeah. Those were probably shootouts was like the biggest one I did.
Yeah, I heard about that. I know that Mari's been so excited. Something to try, wasn't they? Just kidding, kids. Before you graduated from Sony Purchase, you already started working with Ruff Ryders, right?
Yeah.
That was in 2000?
Well, I met Alina Dean, who was the sister of Dean Wah, who are the CEOs of Ruff Ryders. I met her in summer of 2000, and she started managing me and got me an internship at Powerhouse Studios, which is in Yonkers, the Ruff Ryders studio. I was rapping at the time, and she was trying to put together a demo for me as a rapper, but she was taking me around to like all the Ruff Ryders producers, and they didn't really fit my style. It was hard, gangster stuff, and I'm just like, white people. I'm different, it was a different world for me. I thought, okay, this is not gonna work, so I gotta come up with a way to make my own music and make it make sense, so I started making my own beats.
Wait, so before you were making your beats, were you shopping out to Ruff Ryders with the man, just yourself as an artist?
As an artist, yeah, I would literally just go to the studio and like rap for people. That's what she had me doing at first. I was nervous as hell.
Also, that you got roots in Connecticut.
Yeah,
right?
That's where I grew up, really, Connecticut. Yeah, everybody parties in college, but you might, be partying with people who are, looking to write a new song or looking, researching the same type of things that you're into. So it's just having that energy flow between you and your peers. It's really like invaluable.
Yeah.
Like, I met Hanan Rubenstein, who now he plays guitar for Alicia Keys, and he helped some sound design on Crooked Smile, and I met him through Purchase. So it's like there are people like that I have in my circle now that I met through Purchase, right?
I was gonna ask you like what you pulled from there, besides the degree, of course, and having that familiar space, but like, so you still have people from there that you communicate with that help you on projects.
Absolutely. Sean McVeary, who's my artist, he went to New Purchase. Nate Jones, he's a bass player that plays on all of our He plays for Trey Songz now. He went to SUNY Purchase.
So whenever you do build beats, do you always start with? Are you always gonna start with the drums?
There's no formula really. I don't. It just depends on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like when I'm working with Sean, sometimes we start with the drums. Sometimes we start with like a melody. You know, sometimes we'll start with a sample.
My favorite second
She knocks her heels and crosses her heart.
The glove is actually, the embarrassing thing about the glove is when I was a kid, when I was like, maybe like in 5th grade or something, my school had this like talent show, yearly talent show type thing that they used to do, and what I used to do was basically just try to dance like Michael Jackson.
Every year? Yeah. We got you, me and Cole. We got y'all connecting this dream build. When did you feel that you were ready to start putting out your solo stuff again? That's part of that.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, well, really when I started working with Cole and transitioned from Ruff Ryders into working with Cole again, we had started a rap group in like 07. It was called The World. It was like me, Cole, Bali, a couple other people. Right when he was working on the come up around that time, and that kind of got me back into writing. But then, you know, seeing Cole like take off, it was inspiring for me. You know what I'm saying? Around the time he was working on his album, Sideline Story. Well, actually, why weren't you more involved in that album, you know, production-wise? And really, one of the reasons why is because I was focused on Awaken, which is my first mixtape. I was really trying to make that happen at that time. I became such a better producer making Awaken because I was able to take the seat of an artist, which allowed me to then work on Born Sinner with him in a much more, you know, yeah, exactly. I was able to understand his perspective as an artist. Level Up, I started when I moved to Brooklyn, which was about a year ago.
It's really coming together on Level Up. You have any favorite tracks on there? I got mine, but I want to see if they match up.
Yeah, you know, it's weird. Like I go through different times where I like different records. Obviously, to me, the most, you know, emotional and meaningful record on there was a joint called Game 7, which is the one that Sean sings the hook on. That was kind of the song that made the mixtape make sense.
Nublack over here for my man Elite. This is RetroSpecs.